Folks, Jeff at Total Value RV showing you the new Aria 3901. It's a new line that Thor's come out with. It's a really great coach. They're really selling a lot of them. We sold a few already. This is the first one we've had for stock. And we had some sales training on it today. We'll join in a little bit. So you can see here it's got the beautiful Sickens automotive paint. The hydraulics. Very large LP tank. Pass-through storage. Raised rail chassis. There's a slide tray. More pass-through. Water bay. .50 amp coach, hardwired in with this little thing so you can stick the cord out and close the door. Slide toppers, frameless windows. Comes with a digital or a solar charging station. Outside TV with a sound bar. All right, with that, we'll walk around the sales training that happened a bit earlier. Thank you.
What else? What's different than our competition? Where do we place them differently?
Away from each other, so you don't get the air coming back up to the return vent.
That's true, because a lot of our competition will basically dump air on one side and return air on the other. You know, where if you see here, all of our dumps are in the middle, right here, and then everything on the outside is returns, right? So most of our competition, like I said, they dump on one side and return on the other. So how do you get, airflow all the way to the top corners, where ours dumps in the middle and does this? And also, when you think about it, when you pull the slides in some floor plans of some of our competitors, it'll actually, dump cold air on top of the slide, which if it's hot out and you got passengers buckled up in the middle going down the road, I've heard it can be, too cold or too hot or too cold because you're not getting directly dumped on. The other thing is our floor plans. Again, what does this coach go up against? What would be a competing coach against the Aria? You guys know?
On our lot?
On your lot or anywhere?
Or just a normal Berkshire.
What size motor? What size motor's on this?
This is a 360.
360, right? So it'd be was it a Berkshire XL or?
The XL has a 360 or 380 on it.
They're all standard with these.
Depending on floor plan?
They're all standard with 380s now.
Okay. So do they make a 360 motor?
Not anymore, I don't think. On the Berkshire, they're not using a 360 anymore.
I didn't think so.
He has a 340 on the Berkshire Street.
The regular Berkshire. So okay. So what else would this go up against? What's the number two selling?
Fleetwood products.
What's the number 2 selling diesel motorhome in the country? Tiffin what? What's number 1 and 2?
The red.
Number 2 is the red. Number 1 is the Phaeton. What's the Phaeton go up against? Like our Venetian, right?
Yeah.
And then this would go up against the Allegro Red. Okay, the Allegro Tiffin or the Phaeton's number 1, Allegro Red's number 2. So if you look at every single Allegro Red floor plan, which again this is the number 2 selling diesel motor in the country, every single Allegro Red floor plan has a couch or a booth here, and then they have the TV here and then TV up front. Think about our floor plans compared to our competition. We have directional seating, right? That's one thing I pitch to customers all the time is I say, oh, you're talking about this floor plan in the competition versus our floor plan in this. Like, okay, so if you were to invite me over to your house and we were going to watch TV, would we sit on your couch and your TV would be on the wall over here? No. Why would you want that in your motorhome? Yeah, this is a diesel push. You're going to live in it more. You're going to use it more inside and out. So why wouldn't you want directional seating? So we do really good with that. Obviously, this floor plan, we got the TV lift. So it's nice that you still got nice big windows back there if you wanted to have more just a conversational TV going on. But that's the advantage to the overhead bed on a front door diesel. If you think about it, we're one of the only ones doing it. I heard Winnebago. I think Winnebago is the only other one that has 1 or 2 floor plans that offer the overhead bed on a front door. But I heard that if you're over 5'10", 5'11", you have to duck. Where you see how nice and tall this one is. You know, I just came off of the Tampa Super Show, you know, 3-4 weeks ago. I worked Hershey.
What do you guys do down there?
We sold 24 diesels. We sold as many Tiffins. We sold as many Tiffins, Integras. All of us sold 24, and then Newmar sold like 28 gas and diesel. So we hung, you know, we were up there with all the big boys, and that's Tiffin's backyard, you know, because they're right there in Alabama. So that's a show normally Tiffin dominates at. So, you know, we feel really good walking away from there with 24 diesel sales. We sold 5 of this floor plan at Tampa, and they're all, you know, being built right now. And I'm taking pictures for the customers and you know, emailing them and texting them like, you know, I guys have done, you know, for some of you guys in the past. So the overhead bed is killing it right now.
How tall are you? 6'2". No problem.
Yeah, still plenty of height, and that's because we, you know, built our front cap like that, and it's still only 12.8 to the, you know, maximum point to the roof airs or to the vent fans. So that's, you know, not a problem as far as we're not extra tall, and the ceiling height's still standard 7 foot. No difference there. Full tile throughout though. No carpet in any of these Arias. You know, we even have tile in the slide. If you notice that. Yeah. These booths are huge. Huge. I mean, we've had four full-grown adults sitting in here. All, you know, 4 of us can eat dinner in here, and it's perfectly fine because it's a nice big booth. All the hardwood you guys know about. Obviously, we've been running this for years, right? It's made by
Company.
Chase and Ebony, right? It's not a big deal. But all hand done, right? Amish hardwood. Nice big galley kitchen, you know, with a pull-out. That's the other thing about this floor plan that's real desirable, is plenty of counter space, right? And then again, when you're pitching this to a customer, you got to talk about storage. I mean, why not you make these drawers that deep? You know, why not use that full storage there? Again, nice counter space. This is going to have the nice stainless steel sinks, just like our, you know, our Tuscany and Venetian. One thing we like to pitch is the nice big window, you know, that overlooks your campsite. It's a nice top hinge window. It doesn't have the mullion. Obviously, we talk about that. All dual panes. So another thing the Allegro Red doesn't have is dual pane windows. So, I don't know if you guys knew that. All Allegro Breeze, all Allegro Red, you can only get single pane glass. You don't get dual pane until you go to the Phaeton. You know, what's the advantage of dual pane over single?
You're gonna keep it cooler or warmer.
Cold air in the summer, warm air in the winter.
Yeah.
But don't they make their own windows?
They make their own windows, and so
And they don't offer it as an option already?
no,
You can't get dual pane windows.
you cannot get dual pane windows in an Allegro Red, which is the #2 selling diesel motorhome in the country, right? So what are the 3 things you pitch about dual pane windows? Temperature, quieter, or warmer in the winter, cooler in summer. I just gave away the other one. Quieter, right? Quieter road noise and camp noise than single pane. Then there's one more. If it's really hot outside and you're running the ACs, what happens with single pane windows? Condensation, right? And you're not going to condensate with dual pane windows. So 3 big advantages to that. And again, you know, with a Newmar Ventana LE, that's who this would compete against Newmar. Because, you know, Tiffin's #1, Newmar's #2, we're #3. So that's why I'm comparing to the #1 and #2. They have single pane standard, and you got to option in dual pane for I think $1,500. You know what? You know, you guys know with our Thor products, we pitch what about options?
Very few.
Very few, right? Minimal. It's an advantage to our customer, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But again, talking about storage, you know, the pullouts there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this and pulled that out, but nice pots and pan storage there. You know, again, deep drawers. Convection microwave, obviously. We've gone to an induction cooktop, which all Allegro Reds are gas. I didn't know if you knew that. And all Ventana LEs are going to be gas too. So a lot of people like the induction. You get the residential fridge, 16 cubic foot. You also get pull-out pantries. Customers love that. But where it gets real impressive is back in the bedroom. Have you guys had a chance to walk through this thing fully?
No, we just did it at the open house.
Open house? Okay. So obviously, you know, we were talking a little bit, you know, this is one of our first motorhomes with the tilt-a-view bed. So nice thing about the tilt-a-view obviously is you You get extra space throughout the day when you put that up. You can not only recline while you're in bed. It's got lights up here. Not only can you recline in bed and watch TV a little easier or read, but what it gives us is basically this extra deep storage across from it. So when you look, you know, one thing you give up normally when you go to a rear bathroom is wardrobe, right? You give up a wardrobe. Customers need wardrobe space. So when you open these up, you see how nice and deep each one of these his and hers wardrobes are. So not only do you have shelves you can move, but you've got also the hanging space. And then again, you know, we might as well hinge the TV so you can utilize the space behind there. You know, nice counter space. Again, look at all the drawers.
Show me how you tilt this button. What button?
There's a button right here on the side. This is your cushion for your dinette. Put down and up. Yep. But, you know, you look at a lot of our competition's drawers, they're nowhere near this deep. You know, the nice thing is you get, what, 5 drawers over here that are extra deep. You know, but what's also nice is with this mechanism is, you know, that we can't lift the bed because it's got a mechanism under. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to give you 4 extra drawers down over here. You see that? You know, customers love seeing that. I did that, you know, all the time at Tampa, and customers were just eating that up. Back here, you get washer and dryer standard, just like in all of our diesels. We have one diesel floor plan that does not come with a washer and dryer. What is it?
Plaza Bunkhouse.
37, no.
He said it. Plaza Bunkhouse, 33.3.
Right.
It's the only Thor diesel does not come with a stackable washer and dryer. But again, storage. I mean, show your customers this. I mean, why not utilize that storage back there? I mean, customers, their jaws drop when you do that. You know, kind of like in the Palazzo 36, when you pull out this one, they're like, wow. I mean, show them this. The customers love that. You know, we're going to put storage everywhere we can to utilize it. Every Aria comes with a 42 by 30 shower with a seat, full molded fiberglass. All fantastic fans throughout.
So, no medicine cabinet back here. Oh, there it is.
You got a cabinet back there, you got a little drawer down there, and these would kind of utilize your medicine cabinet because that's where you put, you know, all your, basically, essentially, that's a medicine cabinet, right? Again, full porcelain tile throughout. So what's a lot of our competition do in this price point? What would be in the bedroom? Carpet. Every single Allegro Red, you know, again, I'm picking on the Allegro Red, has carpeted bedrooms. Every single floor plan has the TVs on the wrong sides and carpeted bedrooms. Those are 2 big and single pane windows. Those are 3 huge things against that coach, and guess what? You can sell this one cheaper. And again, so I talk about, does anybody have any questions on the floor plan? You know, as far as what we've shown you so far, or what I've talked about? Have you ran into anything? So, you know, when I talk about, you know, why we can build it cheaper, and you guys know the pitch, you know, as far as us against Winnebago or us against Tiffin, why we build it cheaper?
We have more buying power.
More buying power, because why?
Because you're liquid, you don't owe anybody any money, so you can.
Debt-free company.
Debt-free.
We're the largest, right? 1 out of every 4 motorhomes driving down the road is a Thor motor coach. You know, and then not only on top of that, Thor Industries is the largest. They own half of the RV industry, right? Recently purchasing Jayco and all that. But think about it. Tiffin's down where? Where do they build? Red Bay, Alabama, right? Winnebago's where? Forest City, Iowa, right? So think about it. Everything is made right here, right? 90% of all the parts, pieces, you know, fifth wheels, towables, trailers, is made within a 30-mile radius of Elkhart, right? So think about it. If all this stuff is made here, Tiffin and Winnebago, they either got to pay for fuel and freight to ship the parts and pieces, or guess what? What do? Make it themselves, right? That's why they make their own windows. That's why Winnebago does their own molded casting. That's why Tiffin has their own fiberglass, because they either have to pay for it or they have to make it themselves, which either way is going to be more expensive. Does that kind of make sense? And that's a good way to put it, you know, to your customers, is as far as, you know, a lot of them look at price and think, okay, is it built cheaper? You know, because again, you know, Tiffin's, Newmar's, you know, they build good coaches, Integra as well. But it's just, it's if you don't talk about it, you know, we all put the same stuff in these motorhomes, right? We all put hardwood, we all put appliances, we all do that. But if you don't talk about it, your competition down the street's not going to talk about it. So guess what? They don't have it. You know, that's the thing. But it's the things you point out, like full porcelain tile, that we do over our competitors. Like the Whisper Quiet roof airs that have 2 heat pumps versus 1. You know, pitch the reason why that's more important, because you're using less propane. One less thing to fill, right? Any questions? It warmed up pretty nice in here, didn't it? Mm-hmm. It's still going. And guess what? We didn't use any what?
Any propane.
Any propane, right? Our competition, you would have had to use propane to heat it up this fast. Any questions? Another thing I like to point out is all of our half bathrooms. This is what we do in our Palazzo on up, or even our gas coaches, that again a lot of our competition doesn't pay attention to. We are actually going to duct not only, you see we have a vent up top to duct, you know, heat pump or AC, but we also have a heat for your furnace. A lot of our competition won't think to put heat or AC in their half bath. I'm telling you, take a look. If you're ever somewhere else where you look at our competition, we have, you know, not only furnace heat, where you got the AC and the heat pump ducted in the half bath. Because you imagine, you know, if you had to be in here for 20 minutes, 15, maybe 10 minutes, and if it's 95 degrees out, that would suck.
Or 20.
Or 20, yeah. You guys all know how the overhead bed works. Nice, quick, quiet, easy. Kind of the sales pitch with this is, again, we're one of the only ones who have really perfected the front door diesel with a drop down overhead bed. Comes with a mattress, and the ladders are always right here. That's what gives us the flexibility to use theater seats, because when you put in theater seats, you give up the jackknife sofa for sleeping, right? But guess what? This is much easier to drop down, sleep, get off, put it up, then unfolding this and putting it back. Customers love that. And this has been huge. We're killing it with this. And obviously you can still get in and out of the coach without disturbing somebody or in an emergency. And you obviously don't want to hit your head and knock yourself out in an emergency, but you can still duck down and get underneath it. So you still get.
Had any issues with that? Or nothing?
It's been, like I said, this has been one of the coolest things in the industry that's most talked about. This is why we're selling as many motorhomes as.
Customers ever talk about that track?
They do. If you haven't noticed, what have we done differently?
You put it backwards, the other way around, so you don't see the wires.
No, they put a cover over
Yeah.
it, so you don't see the wires. This is, I mean, it's functional. Yeah, it's not necessarily aesthetically pleasing, but I mean, if you just, anybody who looks at it closely, they understand it's not anything that can go wrong with it. It's just, that's the functionality of it. And housing seating, you know, nice big 55-inch TV directly across from the theater seats. It's a Yamaha soundbar. You know, fireplace. I mean, I don't know what this floor plan is missing. If you think of anything that's missing, think about objections that come in floor plan motorhomes. Motorhome floor plans. Counter space, no. Storage, no. King bed, no. Bath and a half. Fireplace. Huge booth. Sleeping. Theater seats. Big TVs.
Wow.
You know, dual monitors. Overhead bed. Dual pane windows.
Did you talk about the dash yet?
No. I mean,
Because I'd like to know.
what's that?
This is one of the biggest complaints is people can't fit in the booths.
Well, this is bigger than this.
What else? What's that?
Well, it's good in there. Comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little loose.
Something's wrong with that because they don't usually. They're not usually that.
No.
So it's
Are
adjusted.
you a customer, Dave? Or a salesman?
Yeah, right. But nice big booths, you know. I mean, and I don't know if you guys have seen the 34-foot floor plan, the new the 3401, but it's got a huge booth where that countertop is about this wide. So literally, when you put it down and put the cushion in it, I have a picture of me laying in it. I still have like this much room over my head, and I'm laying perfectly parallel in that booth. And it's got an overhead bed, and it's got theater seats. It's just it's been killing it. It's been absolutely killing it. As far as up front here, this is one thing that we've done differently with the Aria compared to anything else. Is obviously we've gone to a dual dash setup. So does anybody know which one runs GPS?
The one on the right.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
No
neither.
GPS. right?
Mirror.
So we only do GPS in which unit for diesels? Tuscany, right? Everything else uses
Dual mirror technology.
dual mirror technology. You guys have all seen how that works. I'm going to show it because I don't think Tyler has seen it. So with dual mirror technology, I have an iPhone. You can obviously Bluetooth music and do hands-free calling and things like that. But if you want to run dual mirror technology, you have to plug in HDMI. Just your USB will not transmit video. So in all of our motorhomes, even our gas ones, right? People drive these down south. So anyway, that's why we have the HDMI there. So I hope this works, but anyway, when you plug in, I got this from Best Buy. It was $45 when I got it like a year ago. I don't know if it's any cheaper, but they make it for LG, Samsung, whatever you got. But this is for the iPhone. It plugs into the bottom here, plugs into the HDMI here. You've also got where you can plug in the charger, so you can charge and dual mirror at the same time, right? And then I got this from for $2.99 on Amazon. Then you plug that in up top, and basically it's gonna, like I said, mirror your phone. So whenever you use Google Maps, iMaps, Waze, whatever you fancy, you just turn that on, and then I honestly haven't used this one. Bluetooth dual mirror, let's try that one. Dual mirror. Boom. You got your GPS right there. So if you want to go, you know, like I said, I went to Martin's, got you guys some muffins. I don't know if you noticed that. You got GPS right there. You've got your camera. You can actually select which mirror it looks out of, so you can look out left and right, or you can look out the rear, obviously. So that's what's nice about this setup versus our other one. Also, another thing we did with the front and rear caps is basically this coach is the 3901, right? Does anybody know what this measures front to back? 39 feet 11 inches, so it's actually under 40 feet. You know, where a lot of motorhomes are, you know, almost 2 feet longer than what they say. So, and how we did that was the front and rear caps. A lot of wasted space is normally in those front and rear caps. So this is actually going to be about 7 or 8 inches closer to the driver. So it's almost like you get more view of the road in our Aria. You know what I mean? Because you're actually closer to the front of it. And then we got the nice, you know, kind of dash cluster here. It's soft touch vinyl on the top, and you know, I kind of call it like a fighter pilot, you know, style dash. But that's been taken over real well. You know, we've got the nice step cover, right? That's different than how anybody else does it, right? You guys all have seen how our step cover works. So that bottom step will come all the way up and flush out the top. Most of our competitors, it comes out from the side, right? And then it's normally got carpet or something on top of there. So what's nice about that is it actually will flush out the floor, and it's a nice big step. I mean, we're all taller people here, you know, most of us. I mean, I'm not taller. You guys, all three of you guys are at least. But, you know, with a bigger step, you look at, you know, a lot of these competition, when you walk in, their steps are only about that big, the treads on them, right? You look at our steps, I mean, you got a full step like that. So it's easier walking in and out because, you know, you got to load these things from front to back, right? So that's another thing we talk about. Any questions inside? Anything you guys think of that I might have missed?
I like the speakers are right there.
Yeah, you get these nice Sonys up here, and then they also play. There's 2 speakers underneath the bed. That's the only surround sound, because other than that, any music you can run, this will be Bluetooth as well. So, you know, well, if it's just you're sitting up front, you're traveling down the road, I think this would be just fine for a customer. But say they have people in here and they want to, you know, listen to music throughout the coach, you know, maybe shut that off and just Bluetooth up to here, because that'll actually be a lot louder if you think about it, and then it'll be hooked up to a subwoofer too. So.
Oh, nice.
The soundbar is a subwoofer?
No, it'll have a subwoofer under there or under one of the dinettes.
Wireless.
Yeah. Just like Tuscany Nation.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the multiplex system, right? So everything's wired to that one main control panel, and the rest of these are all wireless, right? So you can still control, you know, the random lights throughout the coach. But what's different than this than a lot of the other competitors, again like Newmar or Tiffin, is theirs aren't all wireless. They actually have to run a wire to each of those pads, just one wire. So this cuts down on wiring. These are battery powered. I don't recommend pulling these off because you can't lose them obviously. But if you do lose them or they break, these are easily reprogrammable. A customer can order a new one, and there's a way to go up to the actual control panel and hit the button, and then you press a combination of these and sync it back together, and then clip it back on the wall. And these aren't very expensive either, so it's really easy.
I was just gonna ask.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm thinking like $20-30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean this is not. I mean it's not much. You know what I mean?
Right.
And these batteries, they say last 3 to 5 years, just depending. If these aren't ever working, check that, because you see that one was actually pushed out a little bit. So just check the back of it. Sometimes that's all that it is, the battery's out. But on that control panel, you can go to settings, and it'll show you the status of every battery on every control panel. I don't know if you guys have seen how that works.
So the only area that's wired is this one.
Correct. Just that one.
Everything else is...
I thought that they were wired. That's awesome.
No, these are all wireless. That's because we have vacuum bonded walls, right?
That's huge, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
guess what? You can go into your intent. Makes sense, right?
Makes sense.
Hey, how much weight do you save not with those being wireless?
I think
Did
they
you hear that?
said anywhere from 38 to 45 pounds of wire, but it's from
Plus stuff that could wire chafe and
right. And that's the thing is, when you reduce the
Is
wiring.
it 80% less wiring?
No, I don't think it's that much. I would say
I'll
like
tell you this,
50 or
my
60%.
The number one warranty item on any motorhome ever built is 110 12-volt wire. And now that they've gone to better
This system.
systems, that's eliminated all that stuff. That used to always be the number one issue.
And the other thing is, I talked to one of my techs yesterday, is if this ever goes bad, this is as simple as removing 4 screws, unplugging it, and plugging in a new face and screwing it back on. That's as simple it is to replace it. And guess what? It's all software. So as things progress down the road, a customer can actually take it to a dealer or order the software upgrade and plug in. And it's just software, it's not hardware, so it's all data, so they can plug in and update the system as it needs to be.
It's awesome.
So that's why we waited so long for this Firefly system. So this is the bed. And, I mean, it's actually pretty comfy. I'm not.
You share.
Come here. Come on, lay down. It's all cushion. I swear to God.
I don't know.
Somebody sit on it and don't make a liar out of me.
Lay down, Scott.
Like the whisper.
Could you whisper and sleep there?
Shouldn't show up to
No, seriously, I can sleep on that. Yeah. This is all soft. That.
So thank you for watching our first Thor Motor Coach Aria 3901 video. Don't forget you can get us on the web at totalvaluerv.com, or you can reach us toll free at 866-282-4460. Total Value RV, where you come in as strangers and leave as friends. Thanks for watching.